name's Tamsin, and I'm the founder of Glitzbox. I graduated 3 years ago, and I sort of started working in advertising and graphic design. Then I worked for NotOnHighStreet.com, and then I started this business in January, and I launched it 3 months ago to people.
Great.
So I went to Loughborough University and I studied graphic design. So I did a foundation in art and design, and then moved on, started doing graphic communications. And I did a lot of graphic design internships with advertising agencies because I thought I wanted to maybe go into advertising. And when I was there, I kind of realised that I liked working with creative people, but I didn't necessarily want to be the creative. So I started looking at account management, and I liked that organisational element of like working with all the different teams. So I did a few internships in that area. I worked at Untitled Chapter for a while, and that's I worked with the jewellery designers there and kind of account managing their progress on the website. And that's when I came up with Glitzbox. And then I left in December, so about 6 months ago. Okay. And now I work part-time for a few different companies while doing Glitzbox.
Great.
Glitzbox is a jewellery rental subscription where my aim for it was basically to get different independent designers more exposure. So when I was at Not on the High Street, I spoke to a lot of designers. I worked with them quite closely, and they were always struggling to get visibility, and it's quite a saturated market. So with Glitzbox, you subscribe for £39, and then you receive 3 different pieces of jewellery from different independent designers. You can wear it for the whole month, and then you can either buy a piece or just return it all and get new stuff all the time. So, yeah. So this is what Glitzbox kind of looks like, and it comes in a box like this with 3 different pieces from different designers. And then you also get a little feedback form, so it tells you a little bit about each designer and the pieces you got and how much they cost. And then, because I want to get to know what people's styles, they can feedback, so they can rate it and tell me like if they didn't like it or if they really liked it, and if they decide to buy it or to return it. So I'm hoping that that data, once it gets bigger and bigger, will be really useful for the designers as well. Then there's one more piece as well. They get the money that they spent on the subscription, they get back as credit if they decide to buy something. So
Great.
So I never usually wear any of the jewellery because I'm like paranoid of losing it or anything, which lots of people ask me. They're like, oh, did you start it so you can wear lots of nice jewellery? And I'm like, well, I wish I could wear lots of nice jewellery. But I've got it on today to show some pieces. So I've got some different rings from different designers, like bead jewellery, Maylie Rose, and I've got a necklace and some earrings. But yeah, it's basically loads of different styles, and I've got 8 different independent designers working with me so far. And yeah, I'm just hoping to grow that depending on what customers want. Didn't really think like, oh, I'll start a business. It wasn't, I think some people like always want to. And it didn't really occur to me. No one in my family had like started a business or anything like that. But I think it was more the idea, because I'd thought of this idea and I was like, oh, I don't want anyone else to do it because I'd love to work on this and I wish it existed. There were some kind of similar-ish companies in America that like did subscription-based jewellery things with like different price points and thing, and I contacted them to see if like they were coming to the UK or anything like that. Didn't really hear anything back, so I was like, well, why not just try and do it? Like I've worked with jewellery designers before. I didn't feel like it would take too much to get started up. I do graphic design, so I could do a website. I'm quite young, so I'm 25, so I was like, now I can try it. I don't have many responsibilities. If it all doesn't work out, at least I've got that experience to then go back, do something else. And I think maybe I wouldn't have quit my job if it hadn't been a bit of a conflict of interest, because where I worked on the high street, sell jewellery, I was going to sell jewellery. I couldn't really work there at the same time. So that gave me the push to be like, I'm either going to do it or not. So I had some options to do freelance work as well, and I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to do it. I basically launched 3 months ago and have some subscribers kind of testing out the model, and I'm now confident that it works and that everyone's happy with what I'm doing, so I'm kind of ready to push it a bit more. And so I'm hosting a pop-up in Old Street Station to try and it's quite a big area for foot flow, so I'm hoping like lots of people will see the brand and come and talk to us, and we've got the jewellery on display, and yeah, so it's just a kind of a marketing promotion event that hopefully will go well.
And when does that run?
It's from the 7th to the 12th of August, and it's just all day, and people come in and look at the jewellery and select what they'd like for their Glitzbox and meet the designers and things. So, and I think it is important to kind of you can do it still on quite a budget. So you can do like, because pop-ups, you don't have to have a retail space forever. You can just literally have a small amount of time. So that's good to test things. And if things don't go well, then I can change them for maybe next time. Designers night on the Tuesday, so that all the different independent designers who are all female actually, are there showing their jewellery, and they're really good to speak to if you want like bespoke or commissioned, because they can like design things just for you. And then we've got a blogger evening where they're going to make their own rings one day. And then throughout the event, we've also got hand stamping, so you can come in and get jewellery personalised. And then the Saturday, we've got complimentary manicures, so like there's lots going on.